Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today we will have a discussion on the text Principles of Literary Criticism. It is written by I.A. Richards, Ivor Armstrong Richards. Before we go into the text, before we go into the details of the text, uh, I would like to give a very brief background information of the author. Ivor Armstrong Richards and T.S. Eliot are considered the fathers of New Criticism, and I.A. Richards is in fact is widely believed and regarded as the most influential theorists and critics of literature in the 20th century. Principles of Literary Criticism is one of the first books of literary formalism. Now, what do we exactly mean by literary formalism? I think we all very much know that is the study of the individual components, parts of a text. He is considered as one of the founders of modern literary criticism, better known as the New Criticism. In his book, The New Criticism, which was published in the year 1941, John Crowe Ransom, who is the author of the book, he begins his chapter on Richards by saying, "Discussion of the new criticism must start with Mr. Richards. The new criticism very nearly began with him." That points to the vital contribution, pioneering efforts made by Mr. I. A. Richards to the field of practical criticism. I. A. Richards is generally considered the most important theoretician in the first half of the 20th century. Ivor Armstrong Richards was born in Sandbach, England on February 26, 1893. He received his formal education at Magdalen College of Cambridge University, where he received the degree of M.A. He became a teaching fellow of Magdalen in 1926 and has also held positions as visiting professor at Tsinghua University, Peking from 1929 to 1930. Throughout his life, he has been vitally interested in the Orient. While teaching in China, he studied Chinese philosophy and worked on his book Mencius on the Mind. And moving on, he has written some poems, and he tried his hand at um, playwriting as well, and his major contributions have been in the field of literary criticism and philology. His first book, The Foundations of Aesthetics, it was published in 1922. It was written in collaboration with psychologist C.K. Ogden, and in 1923, together, both of them, Richards and Ogden, they published The Meaning of Meaning, a psychologically oriented pursuit of meaning in the arts. And then came the publication of Principles of Literary Criticism in the year 1924, Science and Poetry in 1926, and phenomenal work Practical Criticism in 1929. All three books treat the question of value in the arts, primarily poetry. I repeat, I would like to stress on this thing. All these three books, they treat the question of value in the arts in general and primarily in poetry, and all are concerned with the problem of correct interpretation of art. Principles of Literary Criticism, it spells out the theory. Theory of what? Theory of the criticism of literature and criticism of poetry. Among his critical books, Principles of Literary Criticism most directly concerns the deriving of value from the arts, especially the art of poetry. In many ways, the basis of all Richard's pronouncements on criticism, it sets forth his fundamental critical and artistic theories. In this particular work, he begins this complex study by indicating several difficulties which often preclude valid criticism. First of all, there is too much of what Richard calls experimental aesthetics in the arts, futile attempts to make human tastes and actions amenable to laboratory examination. Moreover, criticism tends to concentrate on secondary aspects of the arts and thereby ignores the all-important subject of value. And at other times, the very language of criticism causes misunderstandings because of its vague, often deceiving vocabulary. For example, critics often speak of objects of art as if the objects themselves possess qualities, whereas what they should say is that the object evoke effects in us. Much of Principles of Literary Criticism is comprised of chapters which give the psychological background to particular facets of aesthetic appreciation and communication. And I. A. Richards is believed to be the first person among the moderns to have formulated a systematic and complete theory of the literary art. He provided the theoretical foundation on which the technique of verbal analysis was built. Theoretical foundations to the technique of verbal analysis was built by him. Richards believed that literary criticism should be objective and not subjective. He was fascinated by the newly developing science of psychology and wanted to evaluate art in terms of the state of mind induced by it. By it means by art. He promoted a psychological theory of value. His comments on language and on the practical analysis of poetry are still valid and have had an enormous influence on Anglo-American literary criticism in the 20th century. He is a staunch advocate of close textual and verbal study and analysis of a work of art without reference to its author and the age. His approach is pragmatic and empirical. He is the father of the psychological criticism as well as of new criticism. He is a staunch advocate means he is a great pottery supporter of close textual and verbal study means what is there on the page is more important than what could be in the mind of the author. The intentions of the author, the writer, doesn't carry any importance. What matters the most is what the reader, has in front of him. What is there on the page? The words, the sound, the rhythm, the prosody, the rhetoric, all those things, and not the feelings and the thought process of the writer. So that's why his approach is pragmatic and empirical. The Principles of Literary Criticism, it was published in the year 1924. Principles of Literary Criticism was the text that first established his reputation and pioneered the movement that became known as The New Criticism. Since this was the text which made way for the happening of the movement known as New Criticism.